Hi guys, this is Jamie from iPokerVIP.com, and today I'm doing a short video review of the iPoker network. iPoker calls itself the world's largest poker network, and let's have a look at the stats for .com sites on PokerScout. And you can see iPoker is number 4, and yeah, technically the biggest network, although it's debatable. In future we're going to have bwin and Betfair migrating to Party, who are just above them, and that will bolster their traffic. You've also got skins on Party like Empire, Game Bookers, and I think there's another one, I forget its name. But anyway, it's a big network, and it's just behind Party in terms of traffic. And it's always been like that for the last couple of years, to be honest. They've always been just behind them. At some specific times, they might peak over them. You see, iPoker's 24-hour peak in the last 24 hours is actually beaten Party by about 100 players. So you won't struggle to find a game here. Let's have a look at the last. Wow, that's screwed up, big style. Let's try that again. Here we go, that's a bit better. So yeah, let's have a look at the last 6 months on iPoker. We can see it's pretty much a steady growth with a blip around where my mouse is at the moment. I guess that would be around December the 15th, where what happened was VC Poker, or Victor Chandler left the iPoker network and went to join the Interaction network. What you can read into this graph, I guess, is pretty simple. You see VC left around where my mouse is now. A lot of players went with them, and over time the players remained loyal to the network, as you can see here, and actually came back to the network. So I guess that speaks volumes about the iPoker network, and the network's true power is definitely in the fact it's got such great big licensees. I guess this brings me on to the fact that a lot of people consider iPoker, or you'd call iPoker, a European network. You call it the Euro networks, which is strictly true, obviously, but along the bottom here, if you look at its licenses, you've got big UK sportsbooks, Betfred, William Hill, previously Victor Chandler, of course, Celeb Poker, who are based in London. I'm trying to think who else. Paddy Power, Boyle. The list goes on and on. So the majority of their Bet365, the majority of their traffic comes from UK sites. So what does this mean for you? This means that you should look into the timing of your play more. A lot of players will time what times they go online to grind at around CET, or Central Eastern Time, where you should keep in mind for iPoker the majority of the fish and recreational players will be online during GMT times. It's only an hour's difference, but it's a worthwhile consideration. You also find British fish or recreational players play a little differently to Scandinavian fish who might be more aggressive, and just smart stuff like this to take into account. Now let's have a look at the software. I'm on William Hill at the moment, which is, I think Hill is now the network's biggest skin. It's either William Hill or Titan, so don't quote me on that. And we'll have a look at tables. Of course, one of the only difference between sites you'll find is the colours for the tables. So you've got William Hill, you've got a blue and green for Paddy Power up here. You probably it's more green. For Boyle, it's blue. Although you can get software which can help you skin the clients differently, which you can read about on iPokerVIP.com. The action on the site, there's plenty of action, especially at European times. Because it's not a global network, you'll find the traffic dips, troughs, and peaks a bit more. At Poker Stars, for example, you might, so let's have a look at the last 24 hours, it really dips badly. That'll be around about 6 a.m. GMT, and then picks back up. Now, I've not actually looked at this, but I'd be willing to bet Poker Stars, because it's a global network, it's a bit more balanced. It doesn't peak and trough to quite the same extent. Let's have a look at that now. Well, I think that's screwed up again. I'm not 100% sure. Who knows? But that's something to bear in mind. So if you're abroad or something, maybe iPoker is not the net for you. Okay, so let's have a look at William Hill. So first thing is the tables are resizable. Tables nice and easy to resize. You've got easily accessible hand history. The whole thing's Hold'em Manager and Poker Tracker compatible, and I mean that's about it. You can play a ton of tables. I think it's up to 16. And a good thing to note is that you do definitely get softer players. The sportsbook William Hill, Bet365, they're all bringing in fish. You definitely get softer players. And for the future, I think the network's only going to grow. As long as the current licenses stay there, it's only going to bring more and more power to the network. I mean, if you look at the network from a objective point of view, and you say to yourself, well, they've got Bet365, William Hill, Betfred, Paddy Power, etc. It's only going to grow. You'd expect all them together to be able to bring in more of an audience than Party Poker. And also, there's the fact that Party Poker is primarily a poker site. So where is it going to? Okay, it can market to get its fishes, but there's still going to be people who take an active interest in poker. Whereas Bet365 and William Hill, you're going to get your opportunistic fish who is sort of, just walking along, just fancy see a game of poker. So I think the future is actually really bright for the network if they just take poker a bit more seriously. Playtech, who own iPoker, are primarily a casino company. And one thing I want to show you is, let's just get to the lobby here. Computer's been very slow. I'll get to the lobby here. Are the sit and goes and MTTs. So you find on stars, right? A sit and go format's almost solved. Well, it pretty much is solved, and it's just variance wars and people just fighting over the fish's money. Now, iPoker's majority a cash game network, and the sit and goes and the MTTs, they're very, very soft. I'm not even just saying. I mean, I can understand if you come and play NL 400 cash and you complain that there's no easy money. That makes perfect sense. But for the sit and goes, you get a lot. I mean, the sit and go is probably the favorite format of the sportsbook fish. If you think about some who's, they happen to have a betting account on WilliamHill.com, are they going to come and sit down and play cash? Maybe, but a lot of them are also going to sit down and play sit and goes, and a lot more proportionately to the number of regs you've got. And the MTTs, I actually much prefer the MTTs on iPoker than anywhere else. I mean, well, some other Euro networks I like them, but on PokerStars you're going to get a big, like your big guarantee, like your whatever. What is it, Sunday 250k? It might have gone up now. I mean, you get like 20,000 runners, and even for a normal tournament, I don't know. I seldom see under 1,000 runners on PokerStars. You look at this tournament, starting at 8:30, just a rebuy add-on, you get about 500 runners. Just a nice, it's just more manageable fields. 200 for a 10,000 rebuy. Okay, they don't run as busy a schedule, which is one thing that I don't really like. I think they should do that differently. But you often find overlays at iPoker as well, so it's definitely a network really worth checking out. As for scandals and safety, I guess I don't know of anything on my own head that's been a complete scandal like microgaming or something like that. But I think in general, just stick to that rule. Just go for the big sports books, go for the high street names you know and trust, and you'll be fine. But definitely get an account here. Don't feel bad about setting up an account, with us and trying it out. I think that's going to lock you in, because at the end of the day, it's a poker network. If you set up an account with us at William Hill, it doesn't mean you can't go elsewhere and set up an account with Betfred or directly to Betfred. Just try it out. And obviously, always let us know what you think. We'll always be there to help with the mods and anything like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something, and good luck.